Oh, hey guys, how's it going? I was thinking about maybe getting that Abbey Road 2 strings, uh, but then I thought, like, do I want to stay married? You know? And that got me going back on different libraries, and I kind of made my own vintagey, raw, close library out of the library I already had, which was Spitfire Solo Strings. So let me zoom myself down here. And here's just a little example of what I came up with. Let's see. So it sounds pretty cool. That's like all the legato guys playing together. Or here's the shorts. So here's what I did and kind of my thought process. If we just take, let's say, the cello, and mute my reverb, we'll turn off all this other stuff. So out of the box, with your tree mic and whatnot, you're going to get something like this. Which is nice, but not what I wanted. So I was like, what does just the close mic sound like? So it's better. I turn off this FP Hall trigger, turn off utilize TM, also turned off trillable legato. This sounds better like that to me. Which is pretty dry. I mean, it's a close mic, you still get a little bit of the air, Lyndhurst Hall. But not so much. And I thought, well, okay, I'll add these piece by piece. So this is from Acoustica. This is the blonde premixer. So it's these different custom preamps from 1960s Italian gear or something, and old EQs and all this kind of stuff. So I went from this to this. So the EQ adds a lot, and also this preamp here. Here's off. Or on this one, I just like the way that sounds. Also added from our buddy Air Windows console 7 channel. A little bit of that zing back in there. And then on the whole strings bus, we've got the L Ray in parallel, which is another Acoustico one of old RCA. Here's without. speakers with. We've also got air windows tube a little bit. Without, with. And then we've got an air windows 2 tape 6. And I've got the head bump boosted to max, soften in the middle, and flutter by default is a half point, but I turned it down a bit. Without that. We've also got our old buddy Channel 9. I've got it on the Teak console at 147% drive. Which might be a little excessive, I don't know. So, and last but not least, I'm doing this silver reverb from Aqua on the recording studio space. I've turned down the direct level, so I just have the wet. And I've got that going through a blonde pre-mixer also. Here's just the reverb. Kind of reinforcing this is a small room. Here's without the preamp and the EQ on the reverb. A little boring. That has the juice, right? So if I turn all this stuff off, so we can do a little before and after. Here's before, just the close mic. And of course got a lot louder, compensate for that. Now we put everything on. Bam, ba, bam. We have a much grittier, meatier, more immediate sound. And I did similar things for the violin, although the only difference would be I used a different preamp and a little bit different EQ. All that kind of stuff. I take off that EQ. Just gets really thick and rich. Violin 2 got the similar treatment, just a different preamp. This one I thought sounded... Also give a little more variety between Violin 1 and the viola. I don't love that by itself, but with the cello. Still hear some tail that's kind of baked in because it's the bigger one, but it doesn't bother me because you might almost add a little plate reverb or something in there to get that anyway. And the shorts were just identical processing as far as what I used for the preamps and the EQ and stuff. turn all that off for the shorts, you will see a lot is different. That's fine. I mean, it's really polite. It's really clean. But if we want it to be a little cooler sounding, put all those back in. I quite like that. The other kind of funny thing I tried here, you'll notice, well, you can't see what I'm playing. I'm only playing one key at a time. What I've done is, here's violin 1. That's just going to play whatever I really play. For instance, I'm playing the note C. Now violin 2, I'm in Reaper here. This JS MIDI transpose notes, I changed it to -17 semitones. So he's down there now, right? And I also put this one on here, MIDI snap to key, and put it on C and major. So if I play in C, because I play in harmony, and the viola got a similar thing except -20. And the cello, I did -36. And I forget what I did on the shorts, something else I think, but you could play around with those and it's kind of nice. Anyway, I saved myself $300, possibly my marriage, so inspire you to do the same. Yeah, also check out this blonde plugin is really nice. There's other stuff to it too. There's a compressor and there's other stuff, but this is worth the price of admission, the blonde premixer. And also this silver is free, I think. You don't get all the different convolutions, but you get like 3 or 4. And of course Air Window stuff is awesome. If you haven't checked out Chris's plugins, they don't have any interesting, beautiful GUI like a lot of plugins do, but they sound a lot better than a lot of plugins do too. So I suggest you check those out. Well, anyway, hope you guys are doing good, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye-bye.